Hello, everybody. We're back. The Seraphim Chikara crew battle tournament tonight. I'm here with Bug,
Yep.
and we've got a pretty great. I think we're gonna have a pretty great show tonight. So, Appa, if
I
you would
think
like
we
to
have
explain the. Oh, my bad. But if you would
no,
like to explain the
no,
rules,
yeah,
you're welcome to.
no worries. I think we have quite the series tonight here between our two organizations. So it's a crew battle similar to if anyone's seen the Boomers versus Zoomers crew battle, similar rules. But essentially, if you're new to that rule set, it's essentially three teams from each org are going to face off. But just winning isn't um, it's not all just about winning the game because you know each team only has stocks equal to how many sets it normally take to lose. So three stocks. Um, and essentially, if you let's say you win 3-2, right? You go into the next game and you only have one set. If the opponents get one set on you, you lose. You automatically are out. So it definitely is gonna. There's gonna be a lot of tactics involved in this, because it's not just about winning here. It's also about you know winning in the most dominant fashion possible, if possible. Um, and so that's definitely something to look at. And another thing is, obviously it's not one team, but it's three. So there's definitely some strategy that can be involved there as well, putting in the next team after one falls. So today we will see which will be our champion.
Yeah. So essentially, each team sets are basically lives, and essentially each team has 3 lives, and you can't switch out until you're out of lives. And the way we're running map picks is the first one is going to be determined randomly off of our wonderful wheel, which we'll get to in a moment. But afterwards, the losing team will be selecting the map for the next game. So our first matchup that we have here is we're going to have Seraphim Shiny Furret versus Chikara Ice. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was Furret who knocked Ice out of the winners bracket in OSOS, the OSOS finals.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So this is going to be a bit of a rematch, a bit of a grudge match here.
Bit of a grudge match. As the second place, I believe, OSAS finale season 2 team versus the third. So definitely, um, quite hyped to see how much these teams have improved because just because OSAS is over does not mean these teams can slack. I'm sure both have been putting in the work, and we will find out today. I guess who was more successful in that break period.
Yeah, certainly. So we're going to head over to our wonderful wheel of maps sponsored by Big Soup Gaming, where we're going to determine our first map, which is going to be chosen off of the 3 standard. We got Night Market, Oni Village, and Atlas Labs. So we're going to give this a spin and essentially get us started on this tournament here. Let's see what we get. Looks like we got Night Market.
Night Market is indeed the most popular and chosen map in the majority of tournaments. So I'm sure a lot of familiarity between the teams today playing on this map. Maybe a comfort pick, if you will. Definitely a nice map to start us off. But another one of the rules as well is after this game, there will no longer be a randomizer. Instead, the losing side will choose which map they will be playing on going into the next round, and they cannot choose the same map that's already been chosen. So there is some tacticalness in that as well.
Right, so no more Night Market after this one, so Furt's going to have to get all their speed lane play. Well, assuming, well, it could still be Night Market for the rest of the night. Well, no, I lied. The rules literally prevent that. My bad.
Yep.
But this looks like it's going to be a pretty quick Julie ban here off of Furt, and an Asher ban coming out from Chikara Ice, target ban on Ripstick there, known for that Asher goalie. Looks like hovering that rune pick. I wonder what the starting awakenings are that's opting him to do that. I don't know how much of that I've seen myself.
Ripstick is known actually from what I've heard for picking the rune when the Asher is not available, especially maybe on a map like this where those pillars can have a lot of impact in the lanes. And we're going to be seeing a Zentaro, I believe, from Snowball, which is not something that they've ever pulled out in an OSAS game, as far as I'm concerned. Definitely been putting in the work, though, And this is one of the things we're talking about. What these teams have done in their break time, right? Since there's no OSAS for them to practice, this is now all just freestyle practicing. So I'm super excited to see this.
Yeah, and it looks like we got a 1-2 punch super surge start. Everyone taking 1-2 except for Seraphim and Snowball opting for that super surge on Aimi and Zen. So we're gonna be seeing some red slimes. We're gonna be seeing some hard-hitting rune pillars and definitely some dash plays off of the Zentaro and the Aimi. But getting into this, Ferd have managed to take a barrier pretty quickly, and now it's just kind of Chikara Ice, essentially just trying to get into a position where they're able to do stuff. But Pokemon Fan and Ripstick essentially just really holding it down, kind of keeping it out of their hands. But a great glitch pop there from Seraphim is going to nail that bottom barrier as the turret comes out, trying to get it past the rune pillar. Banish comes out from Ripstick, gets both of Chikara Ice's forwards, and Duboom, unfortunately missing the jump strike there, is unable to get through Vixie. But the redirect from Pokemon Fan is going to get that second barrier, and with the Atlas secondary down, Pokemon Fan using the hook, and a slime from Duboom is going to find the bottom goal. The bottom corner of that goal. Well played there for it. Solid positioning from Pokemon Fan and good timing on that hook.
Something interesting I want to point out is the gear chosen by the teams. I mean, double Vambrace on one side, which is a little bit rare considering the characters being picked, but it might make sense considering the other side is taking both siphoning wands. Actually, both barriers of ice are going to go down right away in this set.
Yeah, and the Aimi turret is going to manage to get one of Ripstick's barriers as well. Vixie does have Core Flip here, but Duboom hitting it just out of range of Vixie. Did not opt to burn the Core Flip there. A little bit unfortunate. That's going to be 2-0. So going into this next set, Chikara Ice have 2 Core Flips, and Seraphim's about to get theirs as well. Wow, very quick barrier off of kickoff from Seraphim, and Snowball going in, getting the dash onto that top barrier. This could be Ice's chance to make a bit of a comeback here, but the slime is gonna unfortunately hit that top barrier. Core Flip from Snowball doesn't land anything though. Ripstick managed to clear it out. Now Vixie pushing up a little bit, passing to Snowball, finds the bottom of that goal box. Now it's 1-2. So Chikara Ice not out of this yet.
Mm-hmm. Definitely don't want to give up a stock so early, a life, if you will, so early, because this is not just about losing a single set. This is about literally losing one of your lives, of your 3 lives, right? And so the value of these sets, the importance is so much more important. There's no set you want to just give up and go next just because, it's going to cost you later in the run, even if you end up winning it.
Yeah, and Seraphim and Vixie really holding on to these Core Flips here. Looks like they could pop. They're, I suppose, opting to just wait to get it to secure a goal, but Duboom's going to be getting his Core Flip up pretty soon here as well. And Seraphim with the Core Flip. Ripstick gets a nice save, though, and now Pokemon Fan has his Core Flip as well. Pushing up, Duboom and Pokemon Fan both have Core Flips. Ooh, great save by Vixie there, managing to eat up Duboom's Core Flip, but Pokemon Fan still has his. Burning it here, can't get anything off of it, unfortunately, and now it's just Vixie who has it. And, for it, really, ooh, wow. That was a solid, solid Cyber Swipe going in there, but Slime from Duboom is actually going to get that bottom barrier, and Vixie still has Core Flip, is unable to use it, and Pokemon Fan finds the angle, and that's going to be the first set going over to Furret, and Chikara Ice is going to lose that stock.
And that's unfortunate, definitely. Maybe a little too patient with that Core Flip there on Vixie. Gonna cost them the first set of this, crew battle. And also, losing these sets is important because your opponent's still got to keep their still have their awakenings, right? Like, it's not like it's not just about, making it out alive. You have to actually win the game, which is really important. So, can definitely snowball out of control, but some interesting awakenings such as Timeless Creator and extra special for the Aimi being picked up. So definitely not the worst draft of all time for Ice.
Yeah, that draft could definitely go a pretty long way, especially with that that extra special. But going off this now, it's going to be Snowball managing to secure that top barrier with a solid redirect. The Aimi turret comes out, isn't able to get anything as Pokemon Fan takes Chikara Ice's bottom barrier as well. Banished from Ripstick, sets up the pillar to send the core right back. Pokemon Fan unable to capitalize at the moment, but looking for an angle right now. Whiplash coming out, can't get quite close enough now. and now it's off to Snowball, trying to get it through, but Ripstick with the Rune Pillar. Pokemon Fan trying to find a hook angle, but can't get it through Seraphim and Vixie at the moment, and now Snowball just looking to beat up Ripstick, trying to just get some of that Siphoning 1 damage, and possibly just kind of Oki the goalie, maybe make him nervous, force out a Pillar, force out a Banish, something, but Duboom and Pokemon Fan applying a lot of pressure, and that's going to be that top barrier falling, and now it's up to Vic. They try and clear it out, and ooh, a solid save, but just couldn't recover it, and Pokemon Fan able to just stuff it right into the bottom. Furret taking the first point of this next set now.
Unfortunate. The bounce definitely not working out as intended, but it's gonna cost them the goal there. Vixie really making a few, mistakes that aren't being heavily capitalized on by the side of Furret here.
Yeah, Furret definitely finding the holes in Vixie's defense, Pokemon Fan especially, finding those hooks, finding those angles, those redirects, and speaking of which, though, Furret is open. Seraphim and Pokemon Fan both about to be getting Core Flip Duboom as well, as Furret now open Chikara Ice in return. Pokemon Fan has Core Flip, running it up. Wasted, unfortunately. The hit stun from Vixie messed up the timing on that. But now looking for another angle, passing up to Duboom. A glitch pop from Seraphim is going to save that at the moment, though, and they do have that Core Flip pushing up. Ripstick with the Banish, though, is going to put that out of commission for the moment, and there goes the Core Flip. Seraphim has burnt it on air, unfortunately, and Duboom and Ripstick about to have theirs as their battle in this top corner ensues. Pokemon Fan now running up, looking for an angle, but Vixie's able to keep it away from him as Duboom burning the Core Flip, sending it off the bounce, and once again, Vixie unable to reach it by centimeters. Duboom and Pokemon Fan just finding these holes in this defense, just this whole game.
And we're seeing Ice able to take the barriers, but they're just not able to put it in. Definitely is an issue so far in this game. We'll see how they're able to adapt, because it doesn't matter if you get these barriers if you can't actually score with that opportunity. So very nice job by Furret, creating holes in Vixie's armor here, as the Banish is going to come out here as well.
Yeah, Pokemon Fan going down now. And now it's just up to Duboom and Ripstick to stall for the next 7 seconds. I doubt they can be able to make a huge play here. Atlas Ult coming out, keep a Seraphim alive, as Pokemon Fan is now alive again. And Core Flip coming out from Vixie finally, but unable to get it through Duboom, having to use the Atlas Primary to force it back through. But now it's off to Ripstick, who sends it over to Pokemon Fan. Snowball interrupting with his Zentaro ult. And I gotta get past that Imi turret. Cyber Stripes comes in, but the Pillar is going to block anything from happening. And now it's off to Duboom, sending it to the Slime. Seraphim there to block it. Banish comes out, keeps Snowball out of the fight for a moment. And now Duboom and Pokemon Fan looking for an angle, looking for a setup, but Snowball is trying to keep it out of their hands. And now Seraphim passing over to Snowball. Rune Pillar is going to shut it down. Rune Pillar shuts it down again off of the secondary. Well played by Ripstick there. And now it's just a bit of a scramble to gain core control. But wow, what a save by Seraphim. Stops the Red's core off of Duboom's Slime. Ripstick burning the Core Flip here, firing toward the bottom, and a bounce off the center is actually going to be what gets the goal there. That's going to be the second set now. Yeah, that's that night market angle.
That is rough. But even whether intentional or not, a wise man once said, luck is a skill as well. And that's a very nice shot by Ripstick, able to put that one in, as another set is going to go over to Furret, this time a lot quicker, actually. And now Ice is is going to have to scramble to even pick up anything on this Furret team, because they're not going to want to let this Furret team make it to the next game without losing a single stock. Gotta take something at least.
Yeah, you gotta at least whittle them down. Going 3-0 puts the Chikara crew at a massive disadvantage here, but that tempo swing pickup from Snowball could potentially be pretty big. Vixie also getting quick strikes as well, but Ripstick with the Castlass pickup on that draft was potentially really big. As I say this, Advantage has banished both of the forwards on Chikara Ice and open up the goal now. Pokemon Fan and Duboom looking for that angle. They're up in that scoring position, but Seraphim able to clear it out there. Cyber Stripes coming up, but Ripstick defending it, using a Pillar to clear it out once again, and now Duboom looking for an angle, but Snowball running up with his Zentaro secondary, unable to get anything off of Ripstick at the moment, and Seraphim has Core Flip. Duboom trying to defend, using the jump kick to keep it out. Cyber Swipes coming out, Banish coming out, but the goal barrier has already fallen. Seraphim still has Core Flip, burning it there after the self-pass with the glitch pop. Great play by Seraphim. Chikara Ice looking for a little bit of a comeback here.
Yeah, definitely a nice start of something at least. They're at least able to put it in the net finally. But Ripstick definitely not making it easy, forcing these cores to move at such fast speeds with the combination of 1-2 punch and hot shot. Definitely not a weak awakening page here for Ripstick.
Ooh, wow. Great call by Pokemon Fan.
No, I saw the vision, but Pokemon Fan saw it as well.
Yeah.
And picked that up with the hook.
Ooh, double vanish
play though.
Ripstick. But oh, yeah, Snowball able to get that barrier anyway off of the Zentaro primary. Ooh, Pokemon Fan unfortunately couldn't get the hook through Snowball, who was there ready to win that strike war, and now Chikara Ice set point away from taking their first stock off of Seraphim. And Vixie does have core flip. Duboom's gonna be getting his soon here as well. As the Imi turret's gonna come out, Ripstick able to clear it out though. Duboom looking dangerously low, as it looks like Snowball could be looking for a kill here. Manages to pick up the orb though. Gets the core flip. So here we go. Pull from Pokemon Fan. Gets that second barrier. Always love to see it off of the Rasmus. And looks like he's gonna be getting his core flip as well. Vixie burning the core flip. Sends it off a crazy night market angle that essentially puts it back at the start, and Pokemon Fan with the pendulum swing is able to end that set and get that point. Now Furret has the core flips and are looking to make a bit of a comeback. Ripstick about to get his as well.
Yeah, Ice definitely not wanting to take their feet off the gas pedal, you know, this early. They haven't even won the set yet. So definitely important as they are actually making quite the attack in this set though.
Yeah, Seraphim also has the core flip as well as Pokemon Fan. Pokemon Fan burning it right here. Ooh, but Vixie with almost a frame-perfect strike to block the pendulum swing is now Seraphim and Snowball looking to push up. Core flip past the Snowball, interrupted by Ripstick, and trying to get through the Rune Pillar. Ripstick able to clear it over to Pokemon Fan though. Keeping it safe for now. Pull comes out, pendulum swing comes out. Rebound off of the center is going to get that top barrier for Pokemon Fan. And now a pass down into this bottom corner once again, where Pokemon Fan's been scoring all game. Just has to get it through Vixie, or pass up to Duboom, passes up to the Slime. Vixie's able to block it though, and a bit of a ping pong here, but Pokemon Fan with the short range hook is going to find that bottom corner once again. Seems to be a sweet spot, and is now going to be set point and match point for Furret. Can they take this? Go 3-0 against Chikara Ice.
Yeah, a 3-0 start, definitely not what you want to see if you're on the side of Chikara, because you're going to have to face this team, you know, fully healthy. That's what's going to happen here.
An 11-second goal from Furret to end it all.
Furret is coming out swinging. You know, this Furret team, we could have a short series on our end if this Furret team keeps up pace here, as they are able to take out Ice in this first match.
Yeah, that was certainly a dominant showing by Furret, really that whole game, but especially that last point and that second set. Take a look at the stats here. 96 redirects on both Pokemon Fan and Ripstick. Snowball only getting 44, kind of unable to touch the puck really that whole time. Ripstick just did a solid job of just keeping it out of their hands, and Pokemon Fan and Duboom just keeping it on Chikara's side of the field almost that entire game. But well played from both teams though. Certainly a solid start to this crew battle, especially if you're Seraphim right now.
Mm-hmm. But if you're Chikara, right? What's your plan now? I mean, they sent, you know, seemingly, I guess they're you know, I guess prestigiously their strongest team out and just got completely demolished. You know, what's your plan now if you're gonna, you know, take, you know, at least anything from this? At the very minimum, they do get the map selection here, so they can maybe choose something that they find more favorable. But you know, will it be enough? Because at this rate, you know, Furret could run away with the entire thing by themselves.
Yeah, Furret definitely performing a lot better, I think, than we initially expected. And yeah, once again, Chikara now down a team. They still have to take the full 3 stocks off of Furret, and if that ends up being a close game, you know, their next team could easily be down to 1 or 2 stocks, even if they do win. And after that, you still have to get through Vermilion to even get onto even footing. And Vermilion, arguably the best Seraphim team in this lineup at the moment. So Chikara's going to have to get a combination of really map picks, awakening picks, and just better play in order to essentially bring this back, because this is kind of a devastating start for this format for them.
But I know a lot of the other Chikara family is a little bit, I guess, you know, argumentative when people talk about ice and don't talk about the rest of them. So this is definitely a time for them to come in and prove, they're not, they're not the only Chikara teams. Ice isn't the only Chikara team, and they exist as well. I mean, there was 9 Chikara teams participating in OSAS last week, so you got to think that there's quite some competitors on this side, and I believe that Chikarmi is going to come in next for the side of Chikara.
Yeah, it looks like they have selected Oni Village as their map choice as well. So it's gonna be Chikarmi, which if I look at my roster, yeah, that's Yachikichu, Solus Scythe, and Spring Rolls. Actually, is that the lineup? Is that the actual lineup?
I believe so. Yep.
Okay. Yep.
Solus Scythe, not usually making an active appearance on this team, but is going to be playing today for the side of Chikarmi. And let's see if they are able to maintain same synergy. I believe they have played together before in the past, but a little bit less common face here. But sometimes change is needed here as we get, we're going to be playing on Oni Village map. I definitely think that's an interesting choice though in itself, because considering the fact that Oni Village is a pretty low variance map, unless you're confident you're the stronger team, it's usually a little bit risky to choose these lower variance maps. So there's definitely strategy in picking maps, but it seems that Chikarmi has a lot of confidence in themselves, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's certainly an interesting pick, especially Yachikichu, famously that Finny goalie, known for running that crazy kill comp that we've seen in previous Seraphim tournaments. But I believe the one time we've seen them on Oni Village, it was a bit of a mess for them. That Finny goalie didn't quite work out the way that they intended. So clearly they had. I'm interested to see what the strategy is here, because I assume they've seen the stream. I assume they know what they're going up against. So I imagine that there's got to be some kind of plan for dealing with Furret here and choosing Oni Village specifically.
Definitely, they must have some sort of plan, because if they don't, once again, Furret is like fully healthy. They did not lose anything out of that last game. They are ready to roll. If anything, they gained some warm up out of that game as they go into this into essentially an entirely new game here. But we're gonna see, maybe we'll see the Asher. Yeah, we're gonna see the Asher left unbanned this time. Ripstick a little bit more well known for the Asher pick, and it seems like this is like the ideal comp for this Furret team, at least their most played.
Yeah, Chikarmi opted to ban the Juno there, which is interesting, because Duboom is famously known for being on that Dubu forward unless it is banned. Juno, usually the backup pick. I think he went with it last time just because of the 1-2 punch start. But let's take a look at these starting awakenings. It looks like it's Timeless Creator, Quick Strike. That could explain the possible Juno ban, but Dubu opting to pick up that quick strikes regardless. Everyone taking quick strikes except for Solus Scythe on the IME took Timeless Creator. But that's going to be a quick open goal now. Furret looking to push up here as Pokemon fan, looking for an angle. Unable to get something at the moment in the 1v3, but Spring Rolls and Solus Scythe pushing back as Duboom sends it back up. Ripstick able to push up a little bit here as well. And so far, Duboom and Ripstick putting up a really solid defense. Duboom just kind of guarding that bottom lock, which on Oni Village, it's not necessary all the time, but it can go a long way if you pull it off right. And it seems like so far it's working, as it is just now that Chikarmi is able to get their first goal lock and prefer it on the defensive here. Ripstick has core flip though, as well as looks like most of the members of Chikarmi have core flip as well. And as I say that, of course, they get spent here. Unfortunately, unable to get anything, but Furret looking dangerously low. That Finny debuff coming in huge. Great save from Yachikichu, stopping the core flip from Pokemon fan. who is just taking massive damage, and Solar Slice with the Cyber Swipe is going to be the one to take him out. It's now up to Duboom and Ripstick to try and secure this, but this Finny goalie actually working out in Chikarmi's favor this time, as Duboom looking dangerously low, and Ripstick unable to get it through Scythe to actually get the puck to him, but off of the stagger, the log is going to be what finds the top of the goal box. Duboom with that first goal for Furret, and the sorry pig.
And as you were saying earlier, this entire double, like, against defense strategy is actually pretty commonly used in some of our pro play matches. So it seems like they may have been, you know, studying on that, because I believe Sad Boys and even Demons Raw are a little bit more well known for sticking the midfielder on one of the barriers and having them like half defended as well. And I like that dribble from Ripstick, knowing they had some time to build some energy. And what a shot by Boom! Also getting the flip out of Yachi to make it even worse.
Yeah, great fake out by Duboom. Spam that use energy burst, so the stream can see. But yeah, now it looks like Spring Rolls and Pokemon Fan gonna be the ones to be getting their core flips this round, as well as Furret lose that top barrier pretty quick. But Pokemon Fan able to use that Rasmus Hook to get Chikarmi's in return. And now with the core flip coming out, the Beach Balls from Duboom helping out a bit there to get that top barrier, as Ripstick having to defend through Solar Slice Glitch Pop. And Pokemon Fan, unfavorable angle on that Whiplash, and great save from the secondary on Yachi Kichu there. And a hook is actually going to be able to just be enough to find the top of that goal box. Finny kind of unable to deal with crazy mix-ups like that, and that's going to be the first set going over to Furret pretty decisively.
Yep. And definitely not good luck for Chikara, because that's 4 straight sets, 1 for Furret without a single loss. In fact, they've only lost a total of 3 points so far today. That's like, that barely makes up to an entire set. So, you know, if Chikarmi wants to lead a path for Chikara, you gotta at least think you need to fight back a little harder than that.
Yeah, and losing these sets, you know, it's not just losing the sets for your team, it's losing the sets for your whole crew, because combined, each crew really only has 9 sets they're able to lose, and Chikara now has lost 4 of them. They only have 5 sets left that they're even allowed to lose, whereas Seraphim's still sitting at the full 9. Great hook by Spring Rolls, yanking it right out of Duboom's grasp to get that top barrier, and Pokemon Fan looking dangerously low, but the wall from Duboom is getting that bottom barrier, as Spring Rolls and Solar Scythe now trying to look for an angle on Ripstick. And so far, Yachi Kichu doing a good job of keeping it up there, but Ripstick is able to clear it out to Duboom now, who is in essentially a mirrored position of trying to get it through over to Pokemon Fan, but Spring Rolls able to once again regain control, and this is kind of just the standard Oni Village ping pong, where core flip from Yachi Kichu is going to send it right back to Ripstick, and Ripstick sends it right back up to Duboom. And it could just essentially just be like this. Duboom, health bar gone. That Finny debuff coming in big, and that's going to be the barrier going down. Chikarmi has the goal open. Core flip from Ripstick to try and clear it. 3 more seconds till Duboom is alive. Hook comes out from Pokemon Fan, but can't quite find anything, and Spring Rolls about to get their core flip, but not going to be needed, as Solar Scythe is going to find that top angle. It's going to be the first point now for Chikarmi.
Duboom went a little Duboom off the map right there. But still showing some, you know, joy dancing on that Dubu as always. Definitely a fan favorite here, out here for Seraphim. But nice first goal, definitely for Chikarmi here.
Yeah, and the core flip off of Spring Roll is going to get that second barrier, or that first barrier, that kind of aesthetic barrier, if you will. And Pokemon Fan looking for an angle off the hook, but just can't quite reach it. Core flip from Solar Scythe is going to be shut down by Ripstick on that Asher. Yeah, kind of difficult to core flip through that if, you know, just throw up the primary. And Pokemon Fan dribbling for the core flip, sending it up to Duboom. Yachi Kichu's Finny, unfortunately backfiring a little bit there, kind of getting that goal, but that's just the Finny experience. Core flip from Pokemon Fan gets shut down by Spring Rolls, and Ripstick's clear is actually going to be what gets it. Yachi Kichu unable to place that Finny secondary in time. Now 1-1 in our second set.
Yep, definitely a nice fight back here from Furret. You know, every time you think, oh, maybe Chikara and Chikara team has a chance, they say nope and take back what is rightfully theirs, as they're gonna see if they can take out the entirety of Chikara by themselves. here today.
Yeah, it feels like that's their mission at this point. Ripstick essentially able to just shut down almost anything that Spring Rolls and Solar Slice are throwing at him. And Duboom looking dangerously low between the specialized Aimi ult and the Finny debuffs. Furret has taken a lot of damage. I'll be interested to see the damage dealt numbers after this, but now it's Spring Rolls with the core flip, trying to run it up and get it over to that Aimi turret. Looks like that's going to be the barrier. Core flip comes out, and the mix-up, the wait out, is going to be able to get that second goal. It's now set point for Chikara. This could be the first stock that Seraphim loses, potentially.
Yep, and it's the first lead well, I guess the first point, 1-0 was also a lead, but it's the first 2-1 lead we've seen for Chikara so far, as Springwell's almost picked up that second barrier, continues to dribble, you know, he's showing that Pokemon Fan isn't the only dribbler, the grim dribbler here, as the flip is going to come out and take that bottom barrier, but once again, they're on the offensive, and nice attempt on the hook right there.
Yeah, that was a good push up there from Ripstick to get that bottom barrier. In that 2v3 situation, you know, you got to be very confident when you do something like that. And it looked like they just had that core control, but now Pokemon Fan having to kind of eat that Aimi ult, looking dangerously low as the core flip comes out from Solar Sight, but Ripstick's going to shut it down. Duboom sending out the beach balls, but can't quite get the barrier yet. Pokemon Fan using the hook to try and keep control of this puck, send it back up to Duboom as Ripstick pushing up, couldn't find an angle, sending it back down to Pokemon Fan, dribbling to get that core flip once again. Pokemon Fan always kind of been the resident dribbler in scrims and whatnot, so it's always neat to see it working out here. But core flip's gonna come out. Yeah, especially with that quick strike start for sure. And on Rasmus, where you can pull out the whiplash and essentially get an extra strike. It's certainly been big, but now Spring Rolls has their core flip, and pulling off the little dribble play into the core flip. Solid play by Spring Rolls there to get that top barrier, and this could be big. This is Chikara's chance. You know, they got the goal open. They just got to get it away from Duboom, who is currently just dribbling into the corner and sends out the beach ball, but Yachikichu able to block it. Has their core flip. Core flip though from Duboom to try and clear it out, and Ripstick about to have their core flip as well, trying to keep it away from Spring Rolls. Don't want to see any Rasmus shenanigans happening off of that. Pokemon Fan pulling it backwards, but the Aimi ult from Solus is going to keep it out there, and Duboom looking dangerously low. Ripstick burning the core flip, unfortunately unable to just get anything with it. And now it's just a matter of who's going to mess up first, really. As Pokemon Fan getting sniped and looking dangerously low. The pull from Spring Rolls is going to get him, though. This is now a 2v3. Pass up to Solar Sight, but Ripstick able to get back there in time. Duboom incredibly staggered, looking super hurt. Solar Sight unfortunately can't find the angle off of that. Strike from Yachikichu going to keep it up as Duboom goes down. The double hook sends it over to Pokemon Fan, though. Solar Sight with the dribble, trying to get into the Aimi turret, but Ripstick able to clear it out. Now Pokemon Fan trying to dribble, but a core flip from Solar Scythe is going to send it back over to Ripstick, and Spring Rolls with the pendulum swing is going to hit it into the bottom of that goal, and that's going to be the first set now that Chikara has gotten this match. 1-1 in the sets, and the first stock that Furret has finally lost. Yeah,
what a crazy point though. Furret, we're fighting for that point despite having both players down for so long, but you know, eventually, you know, these flips just proved too much for Ripstick, and I think that Demolitionist is really huge pickup for Spring Rolls here. Already showing, you know, the dribble god techniques, but if they're all able to get that many more cooldowns back as well, may end up being the nail in the coffin maybe for this side of Furret here.
Yeah, the Demolitionist is actually a pretty huge pickup for Raz, especially on a map like Oni Village where we have the double barriers. And wow, actually solid defense there from Ripstick, passing it up to Pokemon Fan to keep it clear, and that's gonna be the first barrier get now, as once again they're just trying to keep it essentially away from Spring Rolls, kind of forcing them to just burn the cooldowns without getting any reward from it. And the Super plus Pokemon Fan is gonna be enough to get that barrier, and that's just gonna go right in now. For starting off strong after that draft. I don't think they want to lose any more stocks after that one.
What a play though by Duboom, showing the master of this character, not only using the wall to lock off the options for Yachi, but even after the options are locked, also locks Yachi out of the goal as well. What a play by Furret, picking up that first point there.
Yeah, really solid stuff there from Duboom. Chikarmi maybe regretting their Juno ban right now. Juno notably has the slimes, but can't lock people in their goal box like that. But it's now one barrier to one barrier as Duboom is going to nab that top barrier, core flip, and the stall out, the mix-up is going to be enough to actually just get it straight through Yachikichu. Furret looking for another 3-0 sweep potentially on this set now.
Yep. There is, you know, there's a lot of energy bursts are about to come up for everyone else in the game, but Duboom with that Egoist and that Quick Strikes definitely is quite the specimen here, but is really low here as the flip is going to come out from Springwell's. Nice patience there, but not quite able to pick it up because Ripstick is feeling it tonight.
Yeah, unable to get the barrier, but able to get Ripstick's core flip, which also pretty big, as Solar Scythe is going to be getting their core flip up pretty well and going to be the only one with it for a while. Looks like as Duboom is going to be going down here, and that's going to be enough to get the core flip up. Hope from Pokemon Fan can't unfortunately get it through Solar Scythe, and Springroll's going to win the Strike War and proc that Demolition. Is now core flip from Solar Scythe, going to send it right into the top, and that's going to be enough to grab that goal. Ripstick was unable to get there in time, unfortunately. Well
Huge
done.
kill on Duboom though. Taking Duboom off the map leaves a lot of pressure for Yachi, allowing the offense to continue, and nice, you know, execution by the side of Chikarmi, able to score on that power play.
Yeah, now Pokemon Fan looking dangerously low as well. Chikarmi's kind of ticket to win this is to keep at least one member of Furret out of the play, because when all three of them are there, there's kind of a very difficult time defending. As we see now, both of the barriers are gone relatively quickly for this map, as Ripstick now with the dribble sends it down over to Pokemon Fan, who's trying to get it up to Duboom, and yep, just shoots it straight into the bottom there. That's going to be the next set for Furret. Chikarmi down to one stock.
Yeah, and you know, Duboom, a little bit of the master of the mix-ups here, able to put it in that bottom corner was amazing. But as we see these awakenings come out, I wonder what you take on forward. It's gonna seem to be the cast last, maybe to deny the Finny, but also not a terrible awakening on Dubu in itself. But you have to see that Deadeye and think, you know, maybe that might actually be pretty dangerous, because Finny with Deadeye is no laughing matter.
No, yeah, for sure. One of those cards, that Finny ult, that Finny debuff, it's going to definitely hurt, as Solar Scythe is also able to pick up a Monumentalist, essentially going all the way into the... Oh, what a kill there, taking Duboom out immediately. But yeah, essentially getting the giant turret that does 1,000,000 damage now, as Furret is wide open. Spring Rolls on the Seismus train, getting a bunch of the Size Awakenings, which on Rasmus is, of course, always solid. And now it's Furret on the defense, as Duboom able to actually get that top barrier, but Yachikichu only needs one, really. But Pokemon Fan able to strike forward Solar Scythe and actually take that one down as well, as Duboom is pushing that top corner, trying to get it through. Springroll's able to get it back out, and Yachikichu now burning the core flip here, sending it straight to clear it. Solid use there. But Ripstick still holding as the giant turret comes out. Ripstick having to spend a bit of energy, but Pokemon Fan able to get the long angle and send it right around the entirety of Chikarmi.
What a crazy point, though, with back and forth. Chikarmi definitely not giving up without a fight here, and putting up quite the fight indeed, as the barrier is already going to go down for it.
Yeah, Pokemon Fan about to have their core flip, and Duboom has his as well, sends it over to get that bottom barrier in return. But it's certainly a dangerous situation, as we've seen. Furret had been taking a lot of damage, even if they did manage to get that first point. Duboom looking very, very hurt here at the moment. But Pokemon Fan having to burn the core flip, try and keep it out. Hook comes out to retain control of it. Strike shot from Yachikichu is going to send it all the way back over to Ripstick, though. Springroll's finding the hook, and Ripstick is just unable to defend it between the Whiplash and the absolutely insane size of Solar Scythe's turret at the moment. Chikarmi really not wanting to go down without taking at least one more stock off of Furret, potentially knocking them out entirely. Core flip from Solar Scythe. Ripstick there to defend it, though. Springrolls is going to try and bring it back into play with that hook, but unfortunately, once again, Ripstick is just there to defend it. And unfortunate Finny ult from Yachikichu isn't quite able to keep it out of that barrier in time. Ooh. Yeah, it's going to be Pokemon Fan actually going down there. 9 more seconds till the respawn. Duboom having the core flip to try and keep it out of there. Core flip from Spring Rolls, though, is going to get that top barrier as Duboom is looking dangerously low himself, and Spring Rolls looking for the kill here. Imi turret coming out, but Pokemon Fan has the core over on Chikami's side, is able to get that top barrier. And now looking for the kill, and the redirect down into the bottom. The mix-up on Yachikichu is going to actually get it there. Furret just need to survive, and they can do it.
Yep, and I was about to say, you know, it's gonna be actually pretty dangerous if this does go to step 5 because extra special is still on the table. And if you look at that Imi build with Timeless, Monumentalist, and Specialized, it could definitely end up being huge for it. But you know, it won't matter here. Fur is able to take the set anyways. But both bears going down, not a good look in this 4th point here.
Yeah, Duboom, once again, health bar gone. Solar Scyther Spring Rolls could be looking to pick up a kill here, but right now it looks like they're just kind of focused on core control. The puck once again goes over back to Chikami's side, though. Duboom can become staggered, having to elusive and try and wait out the aura, but Solar Spring Rolls is actually going to be the one to take him out with the Whiplash. Now it's up to Pokemon Fan using the flip. Can't get an angle on Yachikichu, though, and now Spring Rolls looking to get it over to Solar Scyther. But Pokemon Fan with the Whiplash interrupts the pass and takes the game, and that's going to be Chikami out of this one. Furret still has 2 stocks left after burning through 2 entire Chikara teams.
Furret is actually looking to do what happened in the last time we ran this format, where one team just takes out everyone. What a crazy run so far by them. That one was had them a little bit more on edge, maybe, though. It could have definitely went either way with how some of those sets were playing out. But just the clutch shots from, you know, Pokemon Fan and Duboom, able to put it past Kicho here, despite, you know, the heavy, you know, kill threat from the side of Chikami. What an amazing job by Furret here, as we are getting into the last game, the last 3 stocks of the last hope of Chikara here in Chikara Fire.
Yeah, Chikara is actually going to have to reverse sweep this entire tournament at this point. They have to burn through the last 2 stocks of Furret, as well as all 3 stocks on both Vermilion and Crimson. And taking a look at these stats here, though, looks like, yeah, over 20,000 damage on the entirety of Chikami, 3 KOs apiece, and it just didn't matter. They were still only able to get 1 set off of Furret, who are looking almost invincible right now. No, I don't think anyone really expected them to perform this well.
It looked like they're in a league of their own right now, and while they definitely looked a little bit more mortal in that last game, it wasn't enough, clearly, as they still have, you know, 2 stocks left. That is to say, though, that Fire only has to take 2 sets off them. They do not have to win the entire thing. We might maybe see a little bit more of an early game type setup from this Fire team here to try to just take the sets before any scaling comes through or something. But you have to, you know, think, what's gonna happen if they lose a few sets, even if they do win, because it's gonna be pretty hard to beat all 3 teams with just the 3 stocks you have remaining here for Fire.
Yeah, they're gonna really have to pull a kind of a miracle out of their hat for this one. And the remaining maps in the pool, though, Demon Dice and Otten City are both in this pool, so there is of course always the option for Chikara to pick a map like Demon Dice and essentially just run an incredibly heavy kill comp and just try and kill the entirety of Furret, which, as we saw in this Oni village, it can work. It can work if done right. Chikami was just kind of unable to get as many kills as I think they initially intended to. But I'm going to be interested to see what the strategy is, because at the end of the day, they only need to win 2 sets to take Furret out of this tournament and push it over to Vermilion. But yeah, I think Furret has done an amazing job so far. I think the Chikara teams have done pretty well as well, but yeah, Furret just putting on an incredible show really this whole time.
Yep, definitely. As we are going to be getting into the 3rd match here soon. And this is going to be actually a game on East, which is the first time it's happened. We've been playing on Central. So I think a little bit of a lower ping game for both teams might enjoy that a little bit more.
Yeah, and it looks like the chosen map is Otten City. So a bit of a blast from the past. A fellow orb munchers rise up to use that get orbs ping.
Yep. I was talking about this though. If you want to take a quick victory, you know, maybe some of these maps that are a lot better for quick victories, like Otten City, where you know it's pretty easy to run away with the game on a map like this. While the orb awakenings are out of the game now, so the full snowball is out of effect. Energy awakenings like Egoist are still in the game, and Egoist can like make or break Otten City pretty easily. I think a lot of people haven't played on this map in a while and kind of forget, but just how powerful energy is when there's 6 orbs spawning, you know, over and over again every round.
Yeah, I think Ego is definitely one of the better awakenings for anyone, assuming
I think it's kind of last start.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I see that X ban. But yeah.
And there's an Octavia hover as well.
Oh, it looks like they will be banning out the Dubu this time. They've learned their mistake of letting Duboom have whatever he wants. And yeah, Pokemon fan insta-locking that Octavia here, so it's probably a cast to last start. As you see an Estelle pick up, and looks like Ripstick opting to go for that Asher Goalie that he's so known for, and a Kai in response. Asher Goalie, not one of the premier goalies on Otten City, but certainly can hold it down, though against a comp like Zentaro, Kai, Estelle, probably going to have a difficult time. Going to have to rely on that Juno and Octavia to kind of retain core control for really as long as possible, as we're going to be getting into this match in just a moment. It looks like, yeah, it was cast to last and spark of agility start.
Ooh, so it's actually interesting because this start is a scaling start, right? I mean, obviously Octavia is known as a scaling character, but you know, the spark also forces this to end up being a game of scaling with sparks, right? And nice job though by Fire, you know, right off the bat able to take a point. But you know, if it takes them too long to scale, they could end up losing valuable stocks here to the side of Furret. But Furret is actually also playing a long con here, because obviously if it goes too long, they have that Octavia as well with that cast to last, and maybe a few other awakenings could easily take over game as well.
Yeah, and like you said, Chikara Fire really looking to get this quick victory here. They do not want this to go any longer than they have. Chikara and Hole only having the 3 stocks left, but ooh, a great angle from the great Ostini, able to nail it in that bottom of that goal lock, and this could be a quick set here for Chikara Fire. Take one of those coveted stocks off of Furret, hopefully. Yep. But looks like Pokemon fans.
Back pass.
Ooh, yeah.
Shot. As a lot of people have been saying lately.
Yeah, that back pass goes hard. I'm an advocate for back pass, but the Great Ostini now has Core Flip as Pokemon fans looking dangerously low, having to rely on one of those Otten orbs. As Ripstick Core Flip is up to Duboom, and the mix-up on Naga Strike sends the barrage the wrong direction, and if Duboom's able to get that goal and put some contest on them.
Ankle shattered right there. Really nice vision from Duboom, seeing the Naga Strike locking themselves into animation, which is a huge deal because you can't actually strike that core when it moves past you. The ult's gonna come out, but it's only gonna stop the core flip, but luckily for Austin, it's not gonna end up meaning his life. But that's a nice ult to pick up the barrier right there.
Yeah, Salt and Taro combo in that corner. Core flip from Cliff. Able to keep it out, but Naga Strike with the core flip into the corner. Ripstick once again able to defend. A lot of pressure from the Great Ostini, but Ripstick still managing to hold it down, looking dangerously low, but luckily the orbs are spawning, as now is Duboom who's going to get that barrier with the slimes, and Pokemon fans Post-it unfortunately running out here as the Great Ostini pushing up, but Ripstick able to clear it back around, and now it's off to Pokemon fan trying to get it through Cliff. Gonna Octavia ult, but can't get anything off of that, unfortunately. Ooh! And the Great Ostini capitalizing off of that Duboom slime with the Zentaro primary, and that's gonna be the set. Chikarmi taking that stock off of Furret, which so far has been proven to be very difficult. They made that look easy.
And look at some of the awakenings that are gonna come out here. Also, that Octavia picking last is huge. But we see like Super Surge and Twin Drive, huge awakenings. The Super Surge is gonna come out for the Zentaro. Definitely what you want to see if you're a Chikara fan, because that's a huge set victory. Obviously, you're gonna want to deny that Chrono Boost and that Twin Drive from the from the Octavia, but she still does end up with fight or flight, which is a pretty nice awakening on her. So it's not the worst for the side of Furret, but you definitely have to think that this Chikara Fire team did their research, because they are coming out with a bang here.
Yeah, they had the Dubu ban. They clearly know the game plan that Furret has now. And Pokemon Fan on that Octavia, not one of the premier picks, more notable on stuff like Rasmus. So it was certainly a gamble, I think, from the side of Furret to make this Castellast start work. But so far they've been doing pretty decent. About to have the Corfield up as well. Of course, as I say that he's going to whiff a strike, but that's the core flip as Ripstick able to hold it down through the entire pressure of the kill on the goalie is gonna be enough. Duboom getting the goal there. Wow, what a play.
Duboom is known for some of these crazy kills on the goalie. I think a lot of people know that one infamous Duboom clip where they just aced the entirety of I believe it was it Vermilion, or it was one of the Seraphim teams they were playing against. And definitely crazy kill there as well, with that flip kill end up leading to a goal.
Yeah, I believe it was Rose Gold that they were playing.
My bad.
In Osos, yeah. But yeah, now Duboom Pokemon Fan looking to pressure that corner as you would do on Otten City, and it gets paid off here. Duboom about to have Core Flip. Core Flip from Riftec gonna send it over, but Naga Strike able to defend for now. Duboom one strike away from getting this thing. Well, maybe more than one, but ooh, solid defense there. That slime mix-up came out, and the Great Ostini able to Zendaro combo to get the goal barrier in return. Pokemon Fan looking dangerously low, but Duboom able to find that bottom angle as Naga Strike was unable to get down there in time. Doesn't even have to burn the core flip. And now 2-0, Furret looking to make a comeback.
Yeah, and this comeback means a lot, because even if they're only able to pick up this one set, it matters so much, because these sets are just so important for this Fire team, because it's all the side Chikara has left are these three sets. If they lose it, and they're gonna lose it, you know,
oh no,
they're on their edge of their seats here. This Chikara team, as a nice comeback from Furret, able to, you know, seemingly pick up the map now, pick up pace, and score that set victory. And we see some interesting awakenings here. Quick Strike obviously is one of the more notable ones. You're not going to want to let the Octavia get that, because Octavia is going to ready see the hover come out, but the Prime Time is going to be taken instead, allowing the Octavia to take that. Definitely there might be a few people that would be a little bit upset that happened. Stacks on Stacks by no means is weak on this map, and I think we will see one of the Stagger Awakenings come out on this one.
Yeah, it looks like that Spark of Resilience going over to Ripstick as well, and one stagger item on the Great Ostini. Ripstick now with 2 Sparks, and be able to have a bit more mobility here, a bit more survivability as well. Not that there's been a lot of damage so far, but we're off pretty quick now as Furret looking to push that bottom corner once again. It's been working out for them pretty well, but Naga Strike really holding it down, makes some solid save there. But ooh, Cliff gets taken out, and now it's a 2v3 as Duboom passing down to Pokemon Fan and ult from the Great Ostini trying to save it, but Duboom able to get the barrier anyway, and a redirect from mid-air sending it right through Naga Strike and the Great Ostini to get that first goal. Duboom basically just ran circles around Chikara Fire by himself.
Yep, that tactical kill using that Octavia ult was huge, but nice start, I guess, from Fire. Austin winning a crucial strike war, almost able to hit the barrier, but not. Oh, there it is! That Super Surge coming in clutch, able to pick up that barrier from out of nowhere on the Centauro. But the barrier is going to end up being traded here.
Yeah, now Pokemon Fan still in flow state, has Core Flip, and is looking to dribble it up, spending the Core Flip, but a solid save from Naga Strike, but it's not enough as Duboom is able to push it right through. Is now set point for Furret. Looking to make this a one stock to one stock game, potentially put the whole tournament on the line. Kickoff, we're gonna see Pokemon Fan just pass it straight up to Duboom. It's gonna try and use that 1-2 punch to get it into the corner, but Naga Strike and Cliff able to get it out, and Ripstick holding it down in the face of the Great Ostini. Has Core Flip now as the Great Ostini is gonna Zentaro secondary in. Can't get anything off of it yet though. Core Flip comes out from Ripstick, but the Great Ostini uses the primary to deny any sort of save, and spending the Core Flip there, but Ripstick able to once again hold it down. Core Flip from Cliff is going to send it at an angle. Ripstick able to once again block as Naga Strike is pushing up, losing the strike board of Pokemon Fan. Both Core Flips going down, and not a lot unfortunately happening off of it. And the Pokemon fan is looking dangerously low.
What's happening right now?
Yeah, Naga Strike pushing way up, has the eject button run out, but Cliff is holding it down in their place, just doing that goalie rotation. And Pokemon fan trying to stay alive, but also trying to control the puck. This is a dangerous situation for Furret, and you know he still has to stay in the throw. Steedy is able to take out Ripstick, combined with his entire primary, losing the barrier in return. But the barrage from Naga Strike's going to slow down Duboom enough that the puck is just going to float right into the goal. Wow, what a round that was!
And what a defense, though, Ripstick had held out for so long, but it ended up costing them their life. And the point to go over to Fire as they hopefully make a comeback, but that's not a good look as they've already lost their barrier.
Yeah, and now Pokemon fan in the flow state. Boom, with all the slimes, is just gonna send it in. That 1-2 punch start on Juno coming in big, and now it is one stock to one stock for it on the line. But Chikara's entire crew also on the line. They have to pull it back here.
Yep. And if you know, this is where legends are made right here. And if Chikara is gonna want any chance, they're gonna really have to, you know, put their foot on the gas pedal here. The perfect form is gonna be denied from the Zentaro, but still some good awakenings here remain. Perhaps the Tempo Swing or the Demolitionist. The Tempo Swing is gonna come out, and looks like we're gonna see Big Fish to pair well with that extra stagger as well they've gotten from Resilience. Definitely a nice draft from both sides. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna have to happen right now, though. The side of Fire.
Yeah, and Pokemon fan getting taken out very quickly there. The Great Ostini just unloading that Tempo Swing, balanced awakening, by the way. But so defensive from Naga Strike, able to strike one out of Duboom and actually get that barrier now. And Pokemon fan able to respawn as Naga Strike pushing way up this whole game, just absolutely fearless, just letting one of the forwards take over the defense so that they can just push up there. And they're about to have Core Flip up as well. It looks like we're about to see another push here, but unfortunately unable to get too much off of that one. Pokemon fan now pushing the bottom. Core Flip from Naga Strike, but Duboom there to get the rebound and get that barrier. Unable to get it into the goal just yet, though, as the Great Oskini pushing up. Cliff and Oskini trying to push that corner. Naga Strike pushing way up, but the path quarter from Ripstick's going to shut down any plays that they have, as once again Duboom Slime keeping it out of the goal box for the moment. Core Flip from Pokemon fan is unable to get it through, as now he's looking incredibly staggered. Naga Strike pushing up, trying to keep the puck on their side, as Core Flip from Cliff is unable to reach anything right now at the moment. Oskini with the dribble play, trying to Zentaro primary, but still can't get it through Ripstick. He is just holding, as it looks like Furret's about to have their Core Flips up. Ripstick has his up right now. Duboom about to have his up in a moment. And now Pokemon fan trying to dribble it out, get it through the slimes, but Naga Strike just sending it right back to him on every single one. And Duboom is going to find the top of the goal box. Both teams looking very desperate in that round. Oh my goodness.
Desperation is showing, but you know, desperate calls, times call for desperate measures, as Furret just gets the better of Fire on that point here. And what a crazy game this has been, though. You would think that this is like the last two teams, but it's actually just Furret still here.
Yeah, and a solid save there by Naga Strike using the barrage to stop the Core Flip, but Duboom is able to find the tip of the barrier. The Core Flip from the Ostini is actually going to take out Duboom, as now Cliff pushing that top corner now with the Great Ostini, but they're unable to get anything. 4 more seconds to Duboom respawns, and Furret still just holding it down. The defense has been incredible on this map. I know we were saying that Asher goalie isn't necessarily the greatest on this map, but Ripstick is showing us differently. The barrier finally goes down, but Pokemon and Cliff both with their Core Flip. Looks like Cliff's gonna burn his first, as now the Great Ostini trying to Zentaro ult it into the goal, but Ripstick still just managing to get the redirect. But now, oh geez, Naga Strike pushing way up. The Great Oskini unable to get it through Ripstick. Once again, just timing the strikes too perfectly. Naga Strike able to stop both the slime and the redirect, but Duboom's gonna find the goal anyway.
And this is tournament point right here, by the way. Tournament point! Can Duboom and Seraphim Shiny Furret take this home for Seraphim? Or can Fire bring this back? And we get a crazy start already to this round.
Yeah, that's going to be the barrier now down for Chikara Fire. That is a dangerous situation as Cliff's looking dangerously low. Pokemon Fan still in the flow state. Dubum pushing up as well. Ripstick has Coreflip, going to spend it here to send it over to the top. Pokemon Fan unable to get to it in time. Zank Strike sends it right back. Great Oskini has Coreflip, just pushing it into the top with his Zentaro passive though. Both teams are open. Chikara Fire really needs this goal. If they don't get this goal here, it's going to be bad. Coreflip from Dubum, but Coreflip from Great Oskini in return. Ripstick able to dash to save it though, as Naka Strike's Coreflip is also now down. Pass up to the Pokemon Fan. Akingo's gonna come out, Flip comes out, and that's gonna go right through both of Chikara Fire, and that's gonna be it. That's game. Seraphim, Shiny Furret taking the whole tournament. Wow.
Wow.
Absolute domination from Seraphim Furret.
What a crazy day this has been. But Seraphim showing they have what it takes to be on top. Chikara getting absolutely bodied by Seraphim here today. What a series.
Yeah, what a series indeed. This has certainly been not entirely what I expected. Furret, they literally lost 2 sets all night. They absolutely showed up today. It's yeah, they've really been playing incredible. They've been practicing a lot with the rest of the Seraphim people, so it's been great to see their progress, and it's really great that they're able to show what they were able to do here tonight.
That's what the show match is for.
Yeah, that's what the show match is for. So yeah, congratulations to Furret, and congratulations to all the Chikara teams as well for showing up and playing their hearts out. So yeah, so moving into the... Oh, what's this? Hang on a moment. Okay, I have gotten word that there is a dirty traitor among us. There's a dirty, nasty traitor among us. Seraphim Vermilion has gone rogue. They have joined Chikara.
Chikara Vermilion.
They're Chikara Vermilion. Chikara is coming back with 3 more stocks. They've stolen 3 of Seraphim's stocks and given them to Chikara. So the tournament is not over yet.
You know, people say Chikara just, takes all the players and creates a monopoly. This is literally going on here. Literally stealing the players from Vermilion over.
We have been betrayed. We have been betrayed.
The betrayal is coming through. When Monch went over to Seraphim, it wasn't to play for Seraphim. It was to convert them into Chikara all along. And we'll see now if the 3 stocks of Vermilion can take on the 4 stocks, I believe, of Seraphim now.
Yeah, the 4 stocks of Seraphim versus the 3 stocks of Vermilion. They're gonna have to take set off of Furret, and then all 3 off of Crimson still. So yeah, it's certainly Vermilion, one of the more premier teams of Seraphim, and now with Monch on forward subbing in
the main
for
character
tonight. Yeah, the main character.
The main character right here.
Yeah, Monch is the main character right here now. Gonna have to essentially perform the reverse sweep that the rest of the Chikara teams just couldn't.
Yep, definitely gonna be the case here. What a turn of events! This is like some WWE stuff right here, as we're gonna be getting into this game quite soon. But do you think that Furret can take it? Another game. By the way, they must be tired. That's like 4. This is their 4th straight game, by the way. Do you think they can take another game, or do you think that Vermilion is gonna take it and run with it? Actually, honestly, if Vermilion wins, rather than giving the win to Chikara, I feel like you just give the win to just Vermilion. Just give it to Monch, actually, at that point. The main character.
To Monch, Psyche, and Mexi, I guess. At the end of the day, they're not Seraphim or Chikara. They're just Vermilion, the team.
They're just Vermilion, the team. They're just they realize that they're so good that they're their own org, I guess now. Oh my goodness. But it seems.
So I believe Vermilion is able to pick the map, though.
Yes,
I guess by the rules.
By the rules.
So we'll see what that is.
Did they select Auten again, or? I don't think
No,
they can
you
do
can't select. It looks like it was a mistake. We're gonna have to do a quick remake. They pick Atlas Labs, so well,
unlucky.
yeah,
Well,
unfortunate misclick there on our side.
I think spectators can't remake the game either, so
No, but we can in just a moment.
yeah, no worries.
Yeah, luckily our new custom tool allows us to remake it from character select. So
Oh, that's crazy.
we'll be doing that in just a moment, right after the bands. I think everyone has to pick, and then you can do it. But
That's crazy. I had no idea that's a thing. That's
yeah, the host can just end match, and it'll just end the match, and no lever penalties, nothing. It's
oh,
wonderful.
it's a custom game. I'd be a little bit weird
Yeah,
if there was a lever penalty there.
yeah,
Um, don't try this at home, the kids,
yeah.
or do. I don't know. You be you.
Yeah, so Vermilion picking Atlas Labs now. This is going to be probably the closest one we've seen all night. For Furret, as Vermilion famously unable to actually participate in OSOS, as two of its members both hit Challenger last season. So it's kind of a big sad. And why are we not remaking the match?
Yeah, I
What
told
do you
you
mean
you
it's
can't when you're
broken?
the spectator. It's just over.
Oh, okay. So
You just have to own goal
yeah,
9
they're just
times.
gonna have to own goal a little bit. Sorry. New custom mode, not entirely perfect. There's like do boom trying to prevent the own goal from happening though.
Chill.
There you go.
It seems like
I guess we have a minute. I guess
we have a little bit of a civil war though in Duboom. They're fighting to decide who can actually own goal. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely have a little bit of a minute, but like as you know, I guess we can talk about Atlas Lab. Definitely a little bit more chaotic than the Oni Village and the Night Market we've seen, but I wouldn't say it's like as high variance as something like Autumn City. So, I think Vermilion, Chikara, Vermilion, definitely having some confidence in here, taking a standard map, but that does mean that after Atlas Lab is gone, the core of Atlas Lab, Night Market, and Oni Village is going to be gone, which means that even if they take this win, they're going to have to play 3 sets on the map of Crimson, I believe, is choice, right?
Yep.
and the maps that Crimson has to choose from are quite the spectacle indeed. I believe Demon Days, Pokemon Stadium, or Clarion Corp, if you want to call it that, and everyone's favorite Inky Splash Zone. So I believe those are our last 3 after this. So definitely the spectacle to be held. We're definitely gonna see some Mario Party games if Furt is unable to take out Chikara Vermilion here.
Yeah, and both Demon Dice and Inky Splash Zone are favored by Crimson. So I think it's very likely that we will be seeing a Demon Dice game if it does go all the way to the Crimson match. Malachi famously really loves that map, and since we put it back in the pool, I imagine that'll be where it ends up going. But yeah, in the meantime, Mexi Sakine haven't played too many games with Monch. Earlier today, I believe that they were scrimming, working on that synergy and whatnot, and they put on a pretty solid showing, though. So they're certainly one of the scarier teams now in this running. I'm not. My predictions are as follows. I don't know if Furret wasn't on one stock, it would be a bit
Really
of a different
scary.
story. But yeah, the fact that Furret is on one stock, they cannot make any mistakes.
Yeah.
They have the pressure of get as many stocks off of Vermilion as physically possible, because Crimson is going to need all the leeway they can give. Vermilion is one of the stronger teams, and Crimson is currently one of our weaker teams. So having a matchup where it's on even turf like that is leaning in Vermilion's favor. So it's really up to Furret to do as much damage as physically possible and rush down those early game. Probably play a really aggressive in those first couple sets, even if they end up losing. They just got to get at least 1 or 2 stocks off of them before they can let them tag back in.
Yep. I definitely think it's interesting though, because we haven't seen too many, variation in the type of comps that for usually runs. They kind of run the same comp every game. Their players playing mainly like one of 2 characters. So it'll be interesting if they can actually pull out that type of aggressive comp to do that, or if they'll just run what they normally do and just have faith they can win, or at least take, sets. But you have to, think if Vermilion is able to get out of this series with without losing too many lives, maybe even like 1 or 0 lives or stocks, it could be really disastrous for Seraphim.
Yeah, this is the big break that Chikara needed. They only needed one entire team taken away from Seraphim and given over to Chikara to have a chance of winning the tournament. It sounds really bad when you put it like that, but that's exactly what's happened, unfortunately.
Hey,
it looks like we're finally out of that game as well,
take
though.
what we can get here at Chikara, you know what I'm saying? Do some chatting and we find a way. And I mean, I hope for the viewers that this is more, I guess, exciting, because it would be so boring if we never got to see all of the teams. You know what I'm saying? Like how much would that suck? So I'm glad we will be seeing these teams in action here.
And it looks like we've finally gotten into our game. They managed to end that one. Odyssey, give spectators the ability to end the match, please. Thank you.
Yep, I know, right?
I'm sure they heard that. But yeah, it looks like an Atlas band coming out from the side of Furret. Do not want to see Mexi Casual on that. And a Dubu band from Chikara Vermilion. Once again, don't want to see Dubu on that Premier. Dubu forward. And yeah, it looks like Furret just kind of opting to run their standard comp here. Asher, Rasmus, Juno. It hasn't betrayed them thus far. It's been pretty solid. And interested to see these starting awakenings. It looks like that's going to be a rune goalie from Mexi. Something he does do, but not very often. So there's probably like Keen on that Aimee. That's the premier cat that we all know and love. And Monch on the Juliet. It looks like Stagger Swagger missile prop start. Everyone taking Stagger Swagger except for Mexi taking that missile prop. Yeah. As we are off into this first game.
Yeah, finally, we're into the game, but we see just this offense. Like, we see Monch on the signature pick, the Juliet. Definitely interesting to see they were able to get that pick, because, if there's anyone, I wonder who coached this kid, honestly.
Yeah, now we're seeing Monch trying to get the dribble plays, but losing control there. Ripstick and Pokemon Fan able to clear it out, and Duboom just kind of guarding that bottom side of the match as Pokemon Fan now banished. Monch with the wait out, unable to do anything off of that though, as they're going to be losing that top barrier. And Ripstick now probably opting to send it down to Pokemon Fan. Glitch Pop from Psykeen going to stop that though, and Psykeen and Monch both looking dangerously low. Looks like Duboom trying to regain control of this course. Monch tried to go for the dash punch on Ripstick, but just couldn't quite get that angle, And now Duboom looking for this top of the goal, but can't get it through Psykeen and Mexi. Their defense is a little bit stronger than these Chikara teams that we've seen so far. They've got a lot of coordination, a lot of games together, a lot of comp, a lot of high-end tournaments together. So they know what they're doing, and Mexi able to kind of freely push up on this rune a little bit. Definitely an aggressive goalie, and playing rune kind of allows him to tap into that, as now it's off to Monch once again, but just still can't get it through Ripstick. The support just isn't there. Psykeen is now just trying to kill Duboom, but that Stagger Swagger is gonna kind of prevent too many kills from happening this game unless Monch is able to just dash punch someone off the side. And of course, from Pokemon Fan, gonna send it right into the center there. Mexi's unable to get to it quite in time. Furret looking pretty strong so far.
Yeah, definitely a strong start from Furret and Ripstick in particular. Amazing Iron Wall gameplay, but Monch just wins every strike where to take that barrier. Definitely a good look, I guess, for Vermilion there. And the Chikara Vermilion, if you will.
Yeah, and now Duboom and Ripstick, as well as Monch, also all about to get all of their core flips up in a minute, and Duboom just struggling to get it through Mexi and Sykeem to get that thing. Core flip from Ripstick passed down to Pokemon Fan to get the bottom barrier now. Both teams looking to try and get the second barrier. As Monch has core flip. The black hole, though, is going to shut down any potential plays. Pokemon Fan is able to hook it and pass it up to Duboom and get it right through Mexi for that second point, and they're now 1 point away from taking the first stock off of Chikara Vermilion. Looks like the Chikara curse, unfortunately.
It's like they became a Chikara team and all of a sudden forgot how to play the video game.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
That black hole pop just absolutely chunked everyone, but hey, everyone's got stagger swagger, so maybe it's a big brain strat to just get more speed, you know?
Hey, that's the bell strat.
Yeah.
Known for utilizing the pop of the gravity well to gain speed, as the stagger is gonna Pokemon Man is gonna become staggered, but the side of Chikara Vermilion is quite low themselves. But walking over these slimes, you see Monch to keep up the speed is actually really smart here, as almost 2 barriers are gonna go down right there.
Yeah, the slimes from Duboom actually sort of enabling Chikara Vermilion to actually just go faster because of the stagger swagger, but core flip from Sykeem is going to send it up, but Ripstick's going to answer with a core flip in return to keep it out, and Mexi's going to banish the puck, try to keep it safe, and Cyber Strike from Sykeem is going to manage to get that top block and finally open up the goal, but an unfortunate core flip from Mexi sends it right into the slimes, and now both teams are open. This is a dangerous spot as Pokemon fans able to hook it up and try and go for a shot, but Mexi with the Rune Pillars able to block it, and now Duboom looking for an angle, looking for a pass potentially, but is unable to regain control. Those red punch go hard, and Monch with the dash punch is able to get it past Ripstick, who's too high on the map. That's going to be the first point now for Chikara Vermilion.
Yep, a crack in the armor of Ripstick is going to expose a point there. Nice dash punch from Monch, picking up on that weakness. But Duboom finally, getting revenge from that earlier, strike war win from Monch, and he's able to win that set and get the barrier right there.
Yeah, and now Ripstick Sykeem getting taken out there. Unfortunately, now it's gonna be a bit of a 2v3 for a little while. Monch looking dangerously low, but once again has that stagger swagger speed. As long as Ripstick isn't able to kill him, and Duboom just kind of dribbling it up in the top for the moment. It was kind of unable to do anything with the puck until they're able to get it down into the bottom corner where the Rune Pillar is actually gonna trap it in, and that's gonna be an open goal now for Chikara Crimson, as Pokemon Fan looking for the dribble, looking for an opening to get up to Duboom, who is now banished. Luckily able to survive that. Not close enough to the edge, but now it's in the hands of Monch. Pokemon Fan's unable to pull it out with the flip and with the hook, and Monch is able to get that barrier. And alternate core flips from Mexi and Duboom, and Duboom's going to end up winning that, and that's going to be the first set now going over to Seraphim Shiny Furret, keeping their stock intact. Wow.
And if you want to win like right away and get some of these snowballing awakenings, and snowballing awakenings are going to come out. The Twin Drive is going to come out for that huge pickup, and if this Demolitionist comes out, it could just be like doom for the side of Vermilion. They might not even make it to the next game at that rate.
Yeah, to see Furret sweep 4 teams in a row and do the last one on one stock would be really a sight to behold.
Hey, can we pull Crimson over next or what?
Oh jeez. Oh, that would be
so run it all the way.
Run it all the way. It's not even a crew battle anymore. It's just a round robin at this point. Furret just has to beat every Omega Strikers player at this point. Let's bring in crew in general and have them fight them as well.
Exactly, holy cow. We'll put Chikara chatting against them, actually. I think that sounds about right.
Yeah, at this point it'd probably be a fair fight. But Chikara Vermilion now open once again, and Ripstick still managing to hold on to that second barrier, as Duboom Slimes are just keeping it out of the hands of Monch. They just can't get it through all of those little octopi. Octopuses, octopi, yes. to actually get it up to Monch. And a hook from Pokemon Fan now. The pillars come out to try and block anything, but great patience there. Unfortunately, the bandage is going to come out and shut down any plates for the moment, but dribble up into the slime. Sakeen's going to use the core flip to actually nail that bottom barrier, though. But Ripstick and Pokemon Fan getting their core flips up pretty soon. As, oh my gosh, Duboom jumps and lands on the rune pillar, and that's just going to be instant death. 7 seconds, and Monch has a core flip here. Pokemon Fan about to get theirs as well, though. And Ripstick with the primary kills Monch and core flips it into the goal. What a play!
Whoa, use energy burst. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Ripstick did not want to lose that point. Ripstick wanted that point, and getting the point they did as, oh my goodness, that was a dangerous flip. That almost resulted in a own barrier right there.
Yeah, Ripstick kind of the star of that round for sure. Core flip comes out from Mexi though. It can't really get anything off of it though. But Sakeen will be able to get that bottom barrier with the glitch pop, and now it's just kind of strike wars in mid as Duboom's trying to get it over through Sakeen, who manages to get it back out, dribbling with the glitch pop and sending it up to Monch. But Ripstick's gonna be there to be big and try and stop them for the moment, but Monch able to get it through. Almost an amazing save, but unfortunately loses the strike war there, and that's gonna be Monch picking up that goal now for Seraphim or Chikara Vermilion.
Playing, you know, patience of a Buddhist monk. I wonder who taught them that. Smile emoji here as what a goal. Not even needing to dash punch it through. Sometimes just an average strike is enough, and a double barrier is gonna come down, and you know, this is actually not looking good for Furret here, because this could be another point, and it is. What a play by Monch, quickly showing why they're known as the main character by some, at least by myself.
Yeah, certainly making that comeback. That missile prop on Mexi was actually huge there. If you noticed, he banished Pokemon Fan and the core, but the core first. And the core actually came out of that and ended up getting behind the barriers and getting both, because Pokemon Fan just couldn't move because, you know, he was still banished. But once again, long banish coming out, but Ripstick able to evade that, really solid evade as Monch is looking for a kill on Duboom, but just can't quite find it now. The Yami sure it's going to come out. Oh, and the black hole is going to be what takes out Duboom. Ripstick, this could be it. It's just Pokemon Fan for the next 7 seconds, trying to keep it out, trying to fight against. What a hook! Duboom is now alive once again. Ripstick alive once again. Furret is back. Pokemon Fan, an incredible defense now, and now they just have to secure this. They have to get the goal and end this round to make this the cherry on top. But trying to get it through Sakeen. The President is going to get the goal. What a round. Oh my gosh.
What a defense by Pokemon Fan. Oh my
Absolutely incredible.
The iron wall. Saving the set and saving its first life. And if they win the set, like, off of that play, holy cow, that could just be game changer here. But if they're not going to win it, if Monch has anything to say for it, if he asks me.
Yeah, Monch definitely looking to break this one back, especially after that one. Pokemon Fan trying to look for that title of main character now. Yep. So we'll see where that goes.
I think Pokemon Fan's a little bit of a anti-hero right now.
Pokemon Fan is the rival that Monch has to get through.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm glad you get the plot here.
Yeah.
Monch dribbling it, trying to get it around Ripstick, but Ripstick once again just showing an excellent defense as Duboom is going to get the other side and end up getting this barrier. And it's now, you know, this Vermilion, Chikara Vermilion is in jeopardy here as the core is moving so fast in overtime, and the offense is coming out from Duboom, not quite able to pick it up, but that's on this side. Duboom, oh, the flip for the goal! And then gets another one, and that's 2 points, that's 2 sets.
Seraphim Shiny Furret still has not lost their last stock as Chikara Vermilion is now at their last stock. This is it. This is Furret really showed up tonight, and with those last couple rounds, those crazy plays and that crazy defense from Pokemon Fan, I almost want to see him take the whole thing.
That would be so interesting. And what a crazy set comeback here But they say, the darkest times is what. I'm not gonna make this cringe line. I'm not gonna do it. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna make this cringe line. We're just gonna get on with it, and we're gonna see Mach win this game. Smile.
Yeah, and big heavy pressure now coming out from Chikara Vermilion. But Mach able to pick up that goal through all three of Furret now, or the gold lock, through all three of Furret now, as Pokemon Fan now trying to retaliate, trying to get some locks of their own. But Mexi's still holding it down. Dubu managing to get the gold lock there with that slime. As the bandage comes out and off to Mach, who can't quite get it through Ripstick just yet. Mexi pushing up, sending out these pillars, and Zakin looking for a shot, finding the core flip, aiming to the top, threading the needle right there through Ripstick to take the first point of the set. Well done there.
Yep, well done indeed. I think that was definitely what you want to see from this Vermilion side. Backs against the wall. But that's when they shine the most here, as they're gonna lose both barriers, and they're in a really dangerous spot. The hook just missing though.
Yeah, Mach has core flip, but they need to get it back up to them. Otherwise, this could be really dangerous as Pokemon Fan trying dribbling around. Mach having to burning the core flip there. Can't quite get anything off of that though. Sakina cyber swiping in, and like dash flip from Mach though is gonna get that bottom goal lock. And now Sakin's got to get it back to Pokemon Fan, who has core flip. Mexi burning the core flip here, sent it up to the hook, but Mach is able to strike for it and send it back over toward Ripstick. But Duboom trying to keep it back up, and the core flip from Pokemon Fan is gonna find the top of the goal there. Now it's all tied up. This is Furret trying. They want to take it. At this point, they just want to take the whole thing. They don't even care. Vermilion is just another stepping stone of their absolute domination, I think, at this point. It's not even
do you know Furret's playing in Launchpad? Because I am so excited to see this team. They're playing it.
I don't know any details on that. As far as I'm aware, I don't think they are, but I think it would be interesting to see. They're putting on certainly a great show tonight. One of the best shows I think I've seen them put on. I would say better than OSAS, really.
Yeah,
really improved.
Do you remember what I was saying? Like, this is going to be like the show match of, especially for some of these teams like Furret and Ice. Not just like, I guess like a rematch, but also to show off how much they've improved. And Furret has shown they've improved massively over the last break week, as they're 1 point away from just taking this entire thing right here.
Yeah, it is absolutely incredible. They were given every disadvantage now with Vermilion switching sides, but once again they have the goal open, and Duboom has Corflip jumping up, trying to get it in range. Gonna spin it here and find the top of the goal box, and that's it. That's the game. Seraphim Shiny Furret taking the whole tournament and then some, with one stock still left, losing 2 sets the entire night. Absolutely incredible.
Wow.
That
Absolutely
is
incredible.
insane.
What a showing from this Furret team, though. And honestly, it wasn't easy either. They didn't have it handed to them. They had to work for it, especially in some of these games. Sometimes even down, 0-2 or 1-2 in some of these sets, and had to work back to fight for these sets because they couldn't drop another set, or they were just done, right? If they had lost one of those sets off of, just some sequence of events happening differently, this entire tournament could have been different. But instead, Furret says nope and takes it all themselves and then some.
Yeah, and enough really Furret. Honestly, I'm kind of a bit speechless here. I really didn't expect to see this level of showing tonight. Mexi mentions in the chat that they beat them in scrims, and that is
don't
true.
matter.
Yeah, scrims don't matter if you can't perform anything, buddy. You gotta perform on the day. You gotta perform. It's not about performing. It's about performing on time.
Yeah, if scrims matter, Demons Raw would be not a very good team.
All right. Yeah, but looks like Seraphim Crimson does want to fight Furret as a show match. They're not defecting. No more stocks for Chikara. They've gotten enough. They've gotten enough freebies. But Seraphim Crimson now wants to just kind of prove their worth as the premier Seraphim team against the one stock Furret. So we're gonna be going into one more match one more match for you guys, since this was a bit of a short one with this absolute sweep we just saw.
Yep. So it's is it Crimson you said?
Yeah, Crimson will be fighting for it.
Awesome. Crimson
And-
definitely. Actually, I believe the only OSAS team eligible team out of this squad here today.
Yeah, out of this lineup, they're the only ones. In fact, out of the Seraphim teams, there's only 3 even eligible for OSAS, and 2 of them have scheduling conflicts that prevent them from playing this season.
Yep. Unfortunate. I wanted to see Rose Gold against them again. I wanted to see that. Unfortunate. Maybe another day, another time, another day. I know Seraphim loves holding their Seraphim invitationals or whatever where they play against each other. So.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Cloakoak was not able to make it tonight. Otherwise, he would have been playing on Vermilion, since he's also kind of the premier member of Rose Gold. So unfortunately, we couldn't get all of the teams here, but we will be seeing some of them. And it looks like Crimson has opted to pick Demon Dice. As I mentioned earlier, it is one of their favorite maps. They do enjoy the brawling. Malachi likes to run that X, Asher, and Vice. So Demon Dice.
Hey,
is
you better let Malachi win. You know, kind of your CEO here. You know, you gotta let your CEO win here. You know what I'm saying? It's like if I'm playing against Nina, I have to let her win. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you guys gotta let your CEO win. You know, someone's paying your bills. You know.
Yeah, owner of the server gotta win. But yeah, Crimson running on a bit of a newly formed roster. Just recently picked up I Love Dog Girls as a new midfielder, so we'll see how this runs out. And yeah, Demon Dice, certainly an interesting map. We see the Kazan hover from Pokemon Fan. I wonder if that's what they'll be going. I have seen some of that in scrims. It is a thing that can happen, and looks like it's gonna be an X ban. So targeting Malachi here, and that's gonna be Rasmus banned out, but Pokemon Fan once again looks like he's opting for that Kazan on this map.
And what this is a map we have not seen in a long time, unless you've been watching like really closely with Starcade and stuff, because it's not in the ranked pool, right? Just like Autumn City, but it has a really interesting strategy of just permanently brawling. So and it's kind of interesting because I'm actually surprised no one took Furt to this map. Furt is not a team that's known for running these damage type comps, right? So I was thinking, you know, if Furt was going to start running away with it, someone had to take them to this map, right? Someone had to take them to Demon Days and play damage comp against them. And it's going to be Crimson who's going to be doing that here with a huge damage comp of Vice, Luna, and Kazan. If that's not pure damage, I don't know what is.
Yeah, the most effective strategy we've seen against Furt has been killing them. Chikara on Oni Village getting arguably the closest. An unfortunate strike there from Pokemon Fans going to result in them taking actually their own barrier. But Furt having a look to try and clear this out from behind their own goal. And Malachi playing a little bit of pseudo goalie as Yugo has pushed up to apply a lot of pressure here. But Ripstick still managing to hold it down, getting those back clears, keeping it out of the hands of I Love Dog Girls fairly well. Like, just look at the XP difference. I Love Dog Girls has had almost no interactions with the puck in this first round. Ripstick and Pokemon Fan just doing their absolute best to just keep it out of their hands. And still Ripstick with those back clears, just keeping that last barrier alive. But unfortunately, they're unable to really push up and get too many barriers of their own as their barrier finally falls now. And Yugo running up, trying to get the stun off of the dash. And actually, it looks like Malachi was actually placed onto goalie by mistake.
Yeah, I thought that was intentional. I thought this was intentional.
Yeah, that was actually on goalie by mistake. So yeah, that's why Yugo's pushed so far up, is because he has pummelers.
But honestly, it may have been the play. You give Malachi the extra secondary, right? And you let Yugo just play for pure damage, because Yugo, known for this Luna, known for the pure damage characters, right? And Malachi on this Vice, you know, quite comfortable with it. Definitely a little bit different playing it in the goalie position, but Malachi has shown no issues so far here, picking up another kill and just absolutely holding down this lane. And another kill's gonna go through here, and all of a sudden, Crimson is showing us that they are the premier Seraphim team here.
Yeah, Vice goalie on this map, honestly, not too much different from playing Vice midfield on this map, and this is definitely the map and the character that he is most comfortable on, so it seems to be working out in their favor, but Pokemon Fan is going to be able to redirect it into the top of the goal box there. I guess Malachi didn't have primary or anything to intercept that. A bit unfortunate there, but yeah, with the amount of kills we just saw on that, and it looks like it was in fact a specialized training reverb start as well, with the entirety of Crimson taking specialized and the entirety of Furret taking reverb, so those Vice ults, those Luna nukes, those Kazan ults are hitting hard. And should we see a tempo swing pickup, which is probably pretty likely, this could just get out of hand very quickly for Furret if they can't keep this under control.
Yeah, but I will say that I believe by the rules, by the rules that Furret only has one set, so they have. I think this is a game that they could win if they are able to take a single set, because Demon Days is a really snowballing map, but you know, if they lose a single set, they quite literally lose, right?
Oh,
so, yeah. Unless both teams want to play it out, in that case, it'd be interesting.
I would imagine that both teams are going to end up playing it out, but yeah, I think by the rules of the tournament, Furret have already won the tournament, but yeah, I love Doggles actually taking out Boom there. That Kazan specialized training coming in and pretty big, and Ripstick still keeping it out of his hands though, just preventing that goal from happening for another 3 more seconds. So yes, Boom's gonna be able to respawn now, and I Love Doggles unable to get an angle there. The pull was unfortunate timing there. And now Malachi trying to clear it out, but a pass up to Boom is gonna find the top of that goal box. No core flip from Malachi. It looked like he thought he could reach it, but just not quite enough, unfortunately.
Yep, unfortunately, indeed. But we are once again just seeing the kills are coming through on this Furret team, right? They have been weak to it, but they're able to like defend whenever like one of their people are down and end up putting it in anyways. And that wall is so powerful on this map sometimes, because the quarters you can just completely lock out from here, and that's gonna be
wins the strike war with Yugo, and that's actually gonna be the set. Still not out of it, and taking a stock off of their own crew just for the glory. And it looks like, yeah, Tempo Swing is going to be on the board in this first draft, but the way the XP gap has landed, Ripstick not going for it. Looks like it's probably going to go to Malachi if I were to guess, or potentially even Yugo. Okay, 1-2 punch for Malachi, and wow, fight or flight, letting the Kazan actually just take that, not picking it up for themselves. I guess they think they don't need it with the damage they already have. But between that and the Egoist on Boom, this does give Furret a little bit of a way of answering that damage. And with the core control that we've seen on that last set, Crimson actually could have a potentially difficult time here getting this last stock off of Furret.
Yep, as I said earlier, that was a kill of all time. He went a little bit too boom off the map once again, but these are like really snowbally games usually on this map, so you can expect to see it. But Ripstick is putting up a defense here. Finally, Yugo is able to take both goal bearers out of that power play, but you know, it took so long that Boom is already back up.
Yeah, Ripstick has been putting on some crazy dribbles in these backs, like the backside of the goal lock. Just knows the angles, knows the wall to dribble that on, and with that quick strike pickup, it just makes his job a lot easier for, you know, keeping it out of the hands of Crimson, especially when the rest of the team is dead. And now Yugo with the dash, trying to get it through Ripstick, but unfortunately just can't quite make it. Now Ripstick has core flip, and Boom looking dangerously low as they're going for this goal lock now. Yugo trying to find an angle, trying to get it back up. Can't quite find anything with the Luna Rocket though, as Boom is forced to spend some energy here. As the nuke is coming out, Boom, that Egoist pickup coming in big as that wall is able to secure that second goal barrier. And now Yugo with the dash is actually going to be able to get it through Ripstick for the first point now to Crimson in the second set.
Finally, a point is gonna go over, but that was a long round, like, and there was a lot of kills going on there, so a good defense by Furret, but we're gonna finally see Crimson take something back again here.
And a lot of a lot of damage onto I Love Doggos. Their health bar just absolutely deleted there for a minute, but the Corvus going to come out as they're going to take it out, and now Luna's going to take out Duboom as well, and absolutely chunk Pokemon Fan. Is now a 2v2 for the next 7 seconds, as both members of Crimson still have the core flips up, and core flip from Malachi, but blocked by Lipstick, and the core flip from Yugo though is going to be enough to actually get a point. The double flip for the second point now. Crimson on that set point, trying to get this last stock here and knock Furret out once and for all.
Yep, unfortunate. I think I was accidentally watching the stream, so I was a little bit delayed there. But, whoa, Duboom again goes flying. Unfortunate, as we are gonna see Pokemon Fan take one back right there.
Yeah, Duboom almost permanently staggered this entire match, but Furret doesn't care. They are going to get these goals regardless. They are going to put up this defense regardless. And now Yugo dashing into this bottom pocket, but Ripstick able to clear it out and bring up a core flip in the process, as Duboom's able to bring down the entire barrier on Seraphim Crimson, and is now looking for an angle, but Malachi is there to defend it. Ripstick is pushing up. The entirety of Crimson now scrambling to kind of defend and get it out of the situations. Yugo is now able to try and push it back up in the thing, but the core flip from Ripstick is going to send it back over to Duboom, and the Beach Balls are going to take out Malachi. Pokemon gets it through I Love Dog Girls is now 2-2. Yeah. This could be another set.
What a crazy set. Honestly, this is another really close game though. You know,
yeah.
Some people may have thought this was going to be like not very close. Crimson may be looking as one of the weaker teams coming in here, but Crimson says, no, we are not weak by any means. Don't look down on us. You know, power picking this map here, even with their players on the wrong rolls, are able to just go neck and neck with Furret here, exposing their weaknesses and playing just damage comp amazingly.
Yeah, and now Crimson's the one playing a lot of pressure. Pokemon Fans looking dangerously low. Has core flip. To take Yugo off of the map from that dash, and now here comes the push from Furret. As long as Ripstick can defend and hold it down for a while. Duboom looking to get this barrier, and yes, off of the sonic, the sound wave is going to get it, but going to die in the process now. Once again, Furret in this 2v3 situation, Malachi has core flip. Trying to just keep it over in the hands of Yugo. Ripstick dribbling, spend to earn the core flip, and then uses the core flip to immediately score and take the entire set. It is now 1-1 for Stocks. Furret, absolute beasts in these back against the wall situations.
How many times has Ripstick scored in these like back to the wall situations, by the way? It's so crazy. This guy becomes the forward from downtown with some of these thoughts. It's absolutely wild. As you know, we are at match set here, 2-0 so far for Furret. Is Furret gonna take out another team? Are they take out everyone without losing all 3 sets? That would be crazy.
Yeah, not only will Furret win the crew battle tournament, they will just beat every other team that signed up for this, period, which is insane, without losing 3 sets in total. And ooh, that damage on Malachi right now, Pokemon Fan finally able to like really show some damage potential in return, but Yugo and I Love Doggo Duboom with that missile prop pickup, able to just knock Yugo off of the map entirely. Pokemon Fan looking for this barrier, looking to apply his aggression and pulling Malachi out of position, but still I Love Doggo is managing to hold down on the defense until Yugo is respawned. And Malachi with the up clear, trying to get it out of here. Lunanoot comes out. Duboom having to spend some of that precious energy and looking dangerously low in the process. Yugo able to get that second barrier, and Duboom is staggered. Ripstick has core flip. Malachi looking dangerously low. The Visol's going to come out. Pokemon Fan able to dodge it to save its own life, as Pokemon Fan able to take out Malachi, but Ripstick has to get the core out of the goal box and away from Yugo to capitalize on this 2v3 situation. And a thread by Yugo, barely missing his own goal barrier there, but getting it out as Malachi is now respawned. Lunanoot can come out, and wow, solid angle there from Yugo, just sends it straight up into the top of that goal. Now gonna have core flip next set in the process.
Yeah, definitely huge that they weren't even needing to use that, final bit of energy, as Hugo is gonna now have that flip and takes both barriers. And oh my goodness!
Wow, the 1v3 essentially. 8-second goal from Hugo there. Gets
Sorry
both
coming out from
barriers.
Ripstick. Ripstick, you don't have to be sorry. You played out of your mind today. You're human. You're bound to make a mistake. Fine.
Yeah, Crimson fresh off the benches here, and and it's gonna be Pokemon Fan getting taken out there pretty quickly. But Dublin and Lipstick pushed way up, still applying that pressure. No fear in their eyes. It is now or never for it. One more point will finally take them out. As now Dublin pushing up on that bottom side, getting that first lock, and Ripstick passing it right back up, getting the lock, but dying in return. I Love Doggos with that specialized training, still hitting really hard, and an unfortunate dash from Hugo doesn't quite reach the barrier with that angle. But Malachi teleporting in with the Vice there is going to get that first one, and a big dribble from Ripstick. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Takes the second barrier as I Love Doggos is taken down now, and Furret looking to apply some pressure here. The beach balls come out to add the dribble, and Dublin with the roll doesn't quite reach the Ripstick a little bit out of position. Hugo's just gonna knock it in, and that's gonna be the set, and Furret's final stock is going to go down to Seraphim Crimson.
Oh,
what a run.
No, we're not able to pull it off.
Yeah, unfortunately not able to pull it off. I think the teams want to play it out though.
Yep, I think we are gonna see them play it out.
They're gonna play it out, but yeah, an incredible run from Furret. Beat every single team, took 2 stocks off of the final team before they finally lost their 3rd stock. Really incredible showing tonight. So GG's Furret, you did great. Maybe you can still win this game though, just for posterity points. So let's see where that goes.
Hey, look, they had to make someone feel good. Someone had to take them out. If they had won this game as well, like, I don't know. I feel like we would have had to put in chatting against them. Like, it's like, holy.
Yeah, we'd have to bring in some big guns to actually deal with them. And it looks like Pokemon Fan didn't take out Malachi there and get both the barriers. Now Furret looking to get an easy goal, and yeah, Duboom finding that shot wide open. Furret still obviously not out of this game yet.
Furret is definitely not out of this game. Actually, they are in the driver's seat. Remember, they're still up 2-1 sets. Just because they dropped a single set does not mean this is over by any means.
Yeah, and especially after that draft, that Big Fish pickup on Pokemon Fan, just making that tempo swing scale even harder, and Duboom picking up the demo in return. But Malachi going down, and yeah, Pokemon Fan just able to once again just knock it right in. It looks like the kill rolls have kind of switched this last set, their potentially last set here, as Malachi has been taken out twice and just kind of left the goal wide open.
That tempo swing is really keeping it right now.
Yeah. Yeah, the Kazan on this map is certainly a sight to behold. As oh wow, a supernova there is actually going to be taking out Duboom. And of course, from Pokemon Fans unable to kill Malachi as first barrier is going to be going down. Yugo has core flip, looking for that dash angle, finds it, core flips it, but can't get the shot off in the right direction. Unfortunately, Ripstick positioned in that high angle. And now Ripstick, with an unfortunate dash, couldn't get the redirect right in time. That'll be the first point then over to Crimson, but for it,
see if they can come back though.
Point.
That is a point. That's pretty huge. But will it be enough to come back in this game here?
Yeah, they still got to do it 2 more times. For it's only got to do it once to end this whole little show match that we've got going on now. As Duboom's health bar is just absolutely deleted. It looks like Malachi's gonna be teleporting in, but Ripstick with the path splitter is actually just gonna shut that down and get a goal barrier of themselves. As Duboom still looking dangerously low, but just keeping the forwards of Crimson occupied. The beach balls come out, and that missile pump coming in big, taking out Malachi, surviving the Luna Nuke as well. And looking to stuff this top corner, but Yugo still holding it down. Primarily, remember, Yugo is the goalie. No ejectment on that Luna is going to be a little bit tough, but Pokemon Fan able to get it right through both of them now, and that's going to be the game for it. Even though they lost that set and lost that stock, they still took the game. So technically, they beat every single team in this tournament so far.
Yep. But it only took them 3 stocks to do it as well.
Yeah.
What?
Beating 5 teams in a row and only losing 3 sets in the process is certainly a feat of just I don't know, just some insane proportions. It's pretty crazy to have watched this tonight.
I am glad to have witnessed it. And any teams facing this team in the future, be weary because this is not going to be an easy team to beat. They have shown up today, and maybe we'll get a winner's interview with them. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see what's gonna come up of that in a minute. And yeah, just looking at these stats for a moment, looks like over 25k damage on every single member of Seraphim Crimson still wasn't enough. Pokemon fan peaking that 30k damage mark, but Ripstick and Do Boom, very little damage on either of them. And as we've seen before, all that damage just doesn't matter to Furret. They play through the 2v3s, they play through the stagger bars, they just get it done tonight. And yeah, it's really just been,
I mean, all the disadvantages, even an extra 2 teams, that was one, joining the fray against them was not enough to beat them.
yeah, this was not a Chikara versus Seraphim. This was everyone versus Furret.
Yeah, this was everyone versus Fur indeed. What is showing?
All right, yeah, and it looks like we're gonna be getting a winner's interview with Furret here in just a moment. So here they are now. What's up, guys? So that was how are you feeling after that insane gauntlet you just went through?
Oh, that was amazing.
All I can say is Dylan's Raz
was
his Raz was cooking for way too long. They let him even overheat, I'd say, in complete overdrive.
Yeah,
It
it was
was-
certainly
Became the grim dribbler in some of these games for sure. But I don't think it was just one person. I think all 3 of you guys had some of the performances of your lives. Maybe I don't know. Maybe to you guys it was just a Friday, but some of the people here, casting, chatting away, even playing against you guys really took the money and ran here. What are your thoughts going into? I remember writing a write-up on you guys about how you guys might become, the champion, the Furret that wins the championship, right? That I think you didn't just beat the champion, you beat Red as well, in Mount Moon here today.
I don't get Pokemon references, no.
Yeah, so I will say, as far as the games actually went themselves, I think we did a really good job at actually recognizing when we were. It's because it's hard with how the system is set up, where you lose a set, that loss persists across other games. It can be hard to get into the right mindset to be really feeling like, oh, this is a do or die situation. But I think all of us recognize that and were able to play into that incredibly well. So there were plenty of times where, yeah, you're right, it was definitely Boom and Dylan and me playing out of our minds, basically, for the entire game, because I think after, there was one point where we were down for our last life. Dylan had to completely clutch up a 1v3.
Oh, yeah, that hook. Yeah. Oh, my God.
So the fact that he was able to keep calm there, but recognize that it was a do or die situation, is not something that would happen in every game. Some games would just be, oh, sacrifice it, move on. Which
I had
I think
no
was
other buttons to
super good for both
press.
of them.
I am like, okay, this is the only chance. I just have to go for a hook. So I backed off, gave them the free open net, but it wasn't open net because there was a hook.
Yeah, that was someone had to have clipped it. That was the stand of all time. I was freaking out. Lego Who here was freaking out as well. We were all freaking out here. But
we were also freaking out.
I'm sure you guys had it the most. I mean, you guys were literally living it, not just watching it. But actually, there was some incredible clipping moments. Dubu obviously known for that one Dubu ace clip, but I actually think that one clutch from Pokemon Fan may have topped that clip a little bit.
One day we're gonna get all 3 of us in the top 5 clips.
Yeah, no, Ripstick.
Hey, Ripstick, honestly, you probably had some clips here today too, so not gonna.
I appreciate it. I do think the highlight goes to, at least from my take, Dylan's midfielding, and then Duboom's Juno as well. There were some incredibly good plays in midfield from that. I definitely think there was some favor as far as Awakenings went as well. Definitely there was, I think, like a 1-2 start, and then he also ended up in future games getting 1-2 or hot shot really early on,
Yep.
which gave us the momentum we needed. Because as far as like the one stock thing goes, when you're down to one stock, you can play for long games. You can play for long games for like building Awakening, say Stagger and Sparks, but making sure that you stay alive in the moment is a lot more important. So the fact that that happened was definitely a stroke of luck that we were thankful to have.
Yeah, definitely. I was talking about this when you picked the Octavia. I was a little bit nervous because that usually takes some scaling. Obviously, also a character we haven't seen too much out of you guys. So, what was your your thought process behind it?
You want to say
We haven't seen much of it either, but
That's a fair assessment.
it's seen as Otten City, a lot of open space, cast to last, and it just feels like we can play into it, especially with Boom on Juno. There's a lot of core control on our side.
Just throw the puck to Octavia over and over again.
I felt relatively confident holding down even that large barrier with Asher. So
honestly, even that game, I feel like Boom was the star of that game.
There was a lot of really close plays from every team that played, though.
I think that every single match, I wouldn't give one player like the particular star. I think all three of you guys, like it's pretty rare. You're like, wow, all three of these players performed out of their minds, and that's what happened in almost every single game. I think, if not every single game today, there were some like insane moments, like the dribbling from Pokemon Fan on that one Oni Village Rasmus off. That was really good. But I don't think even in that game, the teammates were too far behind. I think if anything, sometimes Ripstick was able to win the game without too much, I guess, pressure, thanks to the forwards. But I don't think Ripstick was ever holding down the team either. So
I will say, back to your point earlier about the entire Steam thing, I personally felt like I was losing a lot of steam towards the end. So it was well played to Crimson for taking off that final life. I get it was a show match. We played that anyway, right?
If Crimson didn't take out that final lap, I don't.
I don't even know what happened if they didn't take a set, dude. Oh my god.
So I think they chose a phenomenal team composition going into us, as well as the fact that it was Demon Days, something that we haven't. And as far as everyone goes, no one has had a lot of experience with. It's been a couple months since it's been in rotation.
It's been a while.
But that combined with me personally losing steam, I'm not sure how Dylan and Boom felt. I was
feeling great, especially considering I was Kazan on Demon Days.
Yeah, I mean, a goalies lose steam the first. I swear to God, I don't know how you guys do it. I guess I don't have too many more questions. Do you have any questions here, Lego?
Yeah. So like that Atlas Lab game, you were going into that game against Chikara, Vermilion, the traders themselves, who have gone rogue. Knowing full well that you had one stock left, and knowing full well that they have beat you in scrims before. So what was that mindset? Was that like, we did it, we beat the tournament, we won, and this is just fun, or were you actually determined to just beat every team that signed up?
So I will say personally is that it was a mix of both. I'd say it was a mix of both. Boom and us going into it, or like, we want to get at least one stock on them, so if we continue it and Crimson comes in behind us, it'll be close.
I said out loud, like, if we get one set before they kill us, then I would consider that a win. And then we pretty much went, hey, we can win this. Like, we don't need that. We can win this. And I was like,
it was definitely helpful that we have scrimmed against them, played against them before, because
that was
us
like
knowing
the exact same scrim we did earlier today.
They actually mentioned they had a backup plan for if their Atlas was banned, which was go Brawler composition, which is exactly what happened here on Demon Days. But what was unfortunate for them was that I was confident, because even if they did that, we had the Stagger Swagger start, which was incredibly impactful for that entire play.
Yeah, that Stagger Swagger start ended up being pretty huge. All around, and that game in general looks like you guys put on a really solid show. It literally 3-0'd one of the scarier teams in this entire tournament. So to beat not only the entirety of Chikara, but also the entirety of Seraphim just for fun. It's certainly been a great night. It's been a pleasure to watch all of this. So thank you guys for coming in. Thanks for this interview, and thanks for playing tonight. Thanks for bringing your best.
Hey, really, I want to say as well, really appreciate it. This was tons of fun. Boom and Dylan can agree as well.
I've been
We had an
drinking
absolute blast.
Coca-Cola between every goal throughout the entire all games.
I mean,
on my side.
Whatever. It is what it is. We had a blast. I hope other teams did as well. And this was a ton of fun.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, yeah. Well, thank you guys for stopping and for giving us this interview. I believe before we wrap this up, I think we have just a couple of announcements. But yeah, in general, that's the night. So yeah, thank you, Appa, for joining me on this cast. And
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no, it was your idea to get this started, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, it was, but I mean, I couldn't have had it happen without you and the rest of Seraphim with my support.
Yeah, well, it was it turned out to be great fun. So yeah, thank you to all of the teams for playing, for the Chikara teams and the Seraphim teams, and Monch. Thank you, Monch, for subbing for Vermilion as well. Cloak was out of commission tonight, and we were looking for another player. Thanks to Max, our producer on this, for being the wonderful button pushing man and doing all the organizational stuff. And I believe tomorrow, Saturday, we are going to be running Seraphim specialized training. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's at 11 a.m. ET.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 11 a.m. ET. Seraphim specialized. I think registration is still open, so if you haven't signed up for that, go ahead and do so. We usually have pretty big turnouts. I'm not sure what it's like so far. I haven't taken a look, but if you want to run in and try and fight Mr. Zert for the crown on that one, it's still open. But yeah, I believe that. Other than that, I don't think I have there's any other announcements. Just yeah, thank you for everyone for joining, and yeah, hopefully we can do something like this again. It's a lot of fun.
For sure. Don't I guess don't think that's not gonna happen again, because we're coming back. We're gonna get our revenge.
Yeah, it would be nice to see the rematch. See if any Chikara teams or any teams can take the crown of the crew battle off of Furret.
I'm
at
sure
this
we'll see a
point.
rematch before the next crew battle, because our teams meet in Osas quite often.
This
So,
is true.
there are quite a few Chikara teams you guys can run into before then. But definitely, you're not gonna want to miss tomorrow if you are gonna be playing it or watching. So, wake up, set your alarms.
Yep, it's gonna be great fun in the morning for that tournament. It always is. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Thank everyone for playing. I hope it was enjoyable. And yeah, we will see you next time.